The Language of Devotion, Bhava and the Three Yogas of Kāli, by Aemilia Cohen. When I think of worship, I don't think of hierarchy or obligations. I think of relationship, a dynamic, living conversation between the human and the divine. The Hindu tradition offers a remarkably nuanced way to describe this relationship through the concept of the Bhāvas. In Sanskrit, bhava means both feeling and state of being. It's the quality of awareness through which devotion flows, the emotional architecture of one's connection to the sacred. The Bhakti traditions speak of 5 primary bhavas, or modes of divine relationship, each revealing a different face of love. In Shanta Bhava, the peaceful mood, this is quiet reverence, the love that asks for nothing. It is the stillness that arises when the mind bows before the vastness of the divine. When I rest in Shanta with Kāli, I don't perceive her as fierce and maternal, but as pure awareness, vast, silent, and compassionate. No ritual is required. The offering is silence itself. Dasya Bhava, the servant's devotion, is the essence of humility and service. Here, I become the attendant, one who serves with care and devotion. I clean her altar, I pour her water, and I light the wick, each act becoming sacred choreography. Through Dasya, I learn that as an expression of love, discipline is the answer. Thirdly, Sakya Bhava is the friendship of the divine. In this bhava, reverence softens into intimacy. I can speak to Kāli as a confidant, openly and vulnerably. The goddess listens as one who knows the texture of human struggle. In laughter and in honesty, I find that devotion can exist with authenticity, that the sacred needs not always to be solemn. Fourthly, Vatsalya Bhava is the tenderness of care. Here the roles invert. The devotee becomes the caretaker, and the divine becomes the beloved child. When I anoint her statue or bathe in her image, I feel a parental affection. Love without condition or demand. It's a reminder that compassion is a form of worship, that to nurture the sacred is to participate in creation itself. And finally, Madhura Bhava, the love of the beloved, is the most intimate of all. The divine becomes the beloved, and the heart longs for union. With Kāli, this is not a romance. It is complete surrender. It feels like standing before a vast, tender storm and realizing the storm is your own heartbeat. Love becomes a dissolving, an annihilation into ecstasy. The bhavas are not steps to climb, but moments in the rhythm of the soul. They shift naturally, moment to moment. Serenity, service, friendship, tenderness, and longing. Together, they form the emotional landscape of spiritual life, through which the 3 great yogas unfold. If bhava is the feeling tone of worship, then yoga is the method, the discipline that channels feeling into transformation. In my own path with Kāli, I have found myself moving through 3 yogas that interweave and inform one another: Dasa Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. My relationship with Kāli began in Dasa Yoga, the yoga of the servant. It was tactile, physical, and grounded. Each act, cleaning her altar, arranging her flowers, and even lighting the candle, became an offering of devotion and surrender. Service in this sense is not menial, but sacramental. Through repetition, I began to feel the texture of presence within the action itself. The more I served, the less there was of me doing the serving. In time, the ritual revealed itself as a mirror. It showed me that servitude is not about subordination, but about alignment. To serve the divine is to live in rhythm with it, to participate consciously in the order and beauty of creation. From service, I turned inward, into jnana, the yoga of knowledge and discernment. This is not the pursuit of facts, but the quiet investigation of truth through direct experience. Meditating upon Kāli, I begin to see her not only as a form or archetype, but as the essence of awareness itself. The mind turned inward and asked, who is offering? Who is receiving? And who witnesses this devotion? Through jnana, I begin to see how all phenomena, thoughts, emotions, and sensations arise and dissolve as part of her dance. The goddess is not apart from this world. She is the movement of consciousness itself. This realization transforms knowledge into reverence. The intellect bows before mystery, and understanding becomes an act of unconditional love. And finally, bhakti is the yoga of love and surrender. Here the distinctions collapse. The worshiper, the object of worship, and the act itself merge into one being. In bhakti, there's no need to do devotion. It happens on its own. Tears may come without reason. The heart may swell without cause. It is not an emotion, but a state of being, an abiding awareness that the divine moves through all things. When I am with Kāli in this way, I no longer see her as outside of me. Her presence is the pulse of my own breath. Where dasa was service and jnana was understanding, bhakti is belonging, the sense of being held by something infinitely intimate. It is through bhakti that love itself becomes the path to knowledge. The surrender is total, but it is joyous, an annihilation that does not destroy, but completes. What a paradox. As these paths unfolded over time, I came to see that they are not separate practices, but successive waves of the same current. Dasa studies the body through ritual. Jnana refines the mind through contemplation. And finally, bhakti opens the heart through unconditional love. Each bhava finds expression through each yoga. Shanta rests naturally in jhana, dasya anchors service, sakya blooms in honest bhakti, vatsalya ripens into compassion, and madhura culminates in union. They weave together like breath, inhalation, pause, exhalation, each necessary and each completing the other. Integration is not about mastering every path, but about recognizing that the goddess herself is the movement between them. The servant, the knower, and the lover are all masks she wears within us. The flames we light, the mantras we speak, and the silences we enter are all her expressions. To realize this is to understand that spiritual practice is not a reaching outward, but a remembering inward. Every gesture of worship, every moment of inquiry, and every surge of love is her hand turning us back towards herself. When the service deepens into understanding, and understanding ripens into love, what remains is not doctrine or method, but direct presence. A still, luminous awareness in which Kāli is not worshipped, but recognized. In that recognition, the Bhāvas devolved. There is no servant, no friend, no lover. Only she. Only the pulse of consciousness, unfolding itself through the rhythm of devotion. Thank you.